Oh, it is way better over here. I was one of the dumb idiots who thought that the fight was gonna be more interesting than it really was, and it really wasn't, and I feel sad about it, and mostly because of like I don't know. I really expected more when I should not have expected as much as I did. I really shouldn't have. Most of the fight was just like laggy, pixely, walking around, or just like light-hearted punches that I would give to Luis when I was like, ah ha ha, good friend. What do you think, Luis?
I knew from the beginning Netflix is gonna fuck up because
You're not
anytime
talking to this.
I gotta talk into it,
Yeah.
just bring it over here.
Okay. No, of course not. Actually, yeah, that'd be interesting.
Is that close enough?
I'm gonna cut this all in post. What did you think? Think.
Technically, like technically about Netflix doing it, I just knew from the very start it was gonna fuck up. I knew Netflix was gonna fail. I knew they were gonna fail so hard
But why? Like,
because
I figured Netflix being as big as they were gonna put some like measures to be like, you know what, let's make it like actually good.
from what I've seen, Netflix is just kind of a cheapskate. First of all, secondly, anytime somebody new tries to get into the game of boxing, their live events always just fuck up. They always have like little technical difficulties here and there, and like the Zone was a new one. It was relatively new, big one, and still to this day they fuck up every once in a while. Like almost every one of their fights, they have a fuck up here or there.
But the highlight was that Twitter had a better live streaming platform
They did.
than fucking
They
Netflix. How did you end up watching the fight? Explain to the audience.
Twitter. I did watch it on Netflix until the women started fighting the co-main. At that point, it just did not work anymore.
Interesting.
It did not work.
Damn. What do you think about the fights before though?
The first one, I think, was YouTubers, so it just looked like backyard boxing.
But how was it though?
How
Bad.
was it? Yeah, it
Okay.
looks like if your friend fought your other friend. Like, it's exactly what you expect.
Okay. Okay.
But the fight after that one, because I think it was only 3. I can't remember if it was 3 or 4 before the main one. But Mario Barrios fought, and he's a big name. He has a belt, and he did pretty well. He's a good fighter, but the other guy was just like tougher. He's like one of those classic Mexican fighters. He was tougher.
I love that reference. Classic Mexican fighter.
That's how they are. That's just how they are. They're tougher. So that one I really liked because it was kind of technical at first, and then the other guy just started toughing it up, just taking the shots, coming forward, knocked him out, and then he forced him to kind of like kick it up a notch, not think so technically, but just fight. You know what I mean?
No. This is why you're here, because I don't know shit about this.
It was like there's like 2 modes in a fight. You see it a lot. Like when a fighter's pretty dominant, they can just be technical. They can just go exactly how the game plan was. And I mean, they're just like thinking. You can tell that they're thinking. They're sticking to the game plan. But the second one is just the guy just acting on instinct.
No, I got you.
The guy just going on instinct, doing what he wants to do, what he feels like. He's not. He does have a game plan, but it's a little more general and not so like detailed. And he's just going. And that was the Mexican guy. The first guy was getting technical, but then he had to throw it out of the window and actually just started fighting on instinct.
Pretty cool if you ask me. It sounds pretty cool at least.
It ended in a draw. It was really good. It was actually a really good fight.
Okay, I guess my bigger question is, do you think the fight was rigged? Like the final fight, like the main event?
I don't know, because Mike Tyson is really good. Even if he's old, he's still really good. 58. There's been fighters who fought really old in their 40s, and they fought fine. I know of one fighter that fought in his 50s, and he was a champion at like 50, 51.
Mm-hmm.
So I know it's doable. I think he should have looked better.
You make it sound like it was rigged. Like you making it sound like yes, it was rigged.
Like initially, I thought it kind of was, because the first round, Mike Tyson looked actually really good. He was throwing good shots, heavy shots, fast shots.
Mm-hmm.
But after that first round, it just went away. And I was thinking maybe he just got tired, because it does happen a lot. Even if you're better, if you get tired before the other guy, I mean, everything just kind of falls apart.
I got you.
But Mike Tyson was talking about how he had some injury or something. He had to do blood transfusion.
Well, a couple months ago, he had a medical emergency on a plane. Remember that?
Yeah, and see that's really bad. Cause for training camp, you train for like 3 months, so 2 months before. I mean that halfway into his training camp, everything got fucked up, and that's like a pretty big deal.
Sounds like a big deal. So, overall, from what I'm hearing from you, it sounds like you think it was rigged, mostly at least. But you have no proof, so you can't say yes or no.
It's just really hard to tell because he looked so good in that first. I mean, he looked pretty good in that first round, and I honestly thought he was just gonna knock him out. But I mean, it does make sense that his training was fucked up, so he got fatigued after the first round. And given the fact that he's 58, I mean, it's only gonna make the fatigue worse. So I can see it happening.
I gotcha. But like so far, the most interesting thing that I've heard about the fight is the fact that his bare ass was out for a while.
Yeah, Mike Tyson doesn't give a fuck.
Well, like if you look it up on TikTok, Mike Tyson, it'll see like bare ass cheeks, and that, well, not ass cheeks. What did it say?
Bare cheeks.
Bare cheeks. To me, that's so fucking crazy. Like that's like a, not even like did he win or not. Like bare cheeks. That's wild to me. Any comments?
People found it more interesting than the fight. I don't blame them. Kinda boring.
Yeah, I find the fight kind of boring. Overall, it was laggy, horrible, boring, and I feel like the earlier fights were more interesting.
I really want to see the girls fight. I knew it was gonna be good, but
Did you not see it?
no.
Oh.
Netflix wasn't working, and nobody was streaming it on Twitter yet. So
There were people on TikTok commentating to it, like being commentators and everything, like to the earlier fights. That's where I saw a lot of the fights.
Yeah, you should. There was TikTok lives that were
Yeah.
streaming it too.
Cause now copyright laws, they don't give a shit. You can stream anything, they don't give a fuck. And you know what they get? Nothing. They're like, you can't get money from this. That's all that happens.
that's fair.
Yeah. But overall, like, it was a meh experience, and I don't know why I expected more.
I didn't expect anything. I watched it because I had nothing else to do.
I low-key think he gave up Mike Tyson during the fight. Like maybe kind of somewhat rigged, but like towards the end he kind of just gave up because either way he's getting money, and isn't he in a lot of debt anyway too?
He wasn't a lot of debt. I think he. Well, they can't hear you, so this is relevant. He got 20 mil at the end of the day. Yeah, from this fight, he got 20 mil.
So that's what I'm saying. And then after the fight,
Free paycheck.
I don't know if y'all seen anything, but they were talking to him and stuff, and like they were like, well, do you think you're done with it? Like this is the last thing? He was like, no, I don't think I'm done. And they were like, oh really? And they were like, well, who are you thinking about next? Like who do you want to fight? And he was like, I don't know, maybe his brother, talking about Logan Paul. And then Logan's like,
If I was like, Logan's not a boxer.
yeah.
That's so funny.
Didn't he with his brother for like a little bit or something like that?
I don't keep up with the Pauls. I don't give a shit about them.
I'm pretty sure he did, but I
I
could
think
be
it was
wrong.
fighting first.
I believe that, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't keep up with the Pauls at all. Literally, I don't. But yeah, any final comments?
Nah.
My final comment is that I'm glad Tyson did it for 20 mil. I would have done it for 20 mil too. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I mean, why the fuck not, honestly. And yeah, that's about it. Bye.